Hey guys, welcome back to Linda's Resin Room. So, what I thought we would do today is make night lights. So I got these coaster molds out, and I printed off a bunch of pictures with my Cricut. And I've got these pigment dyes that I'm going to do each one. So I'm going to measure out. I mixed up 9 ounces of resin. I didn't put it in the debubbler. Because this is the, I hate these things. They don't want to stay lit. Of course, now it stays lit when I pull it away. Alright, I got 9 ounces of resin. It is the Fast Cure Yonchen epoxy resin 1:1. And that's what I'm using today. So I did 137 gram of part B, 150 gram of part A. Now I'm going to measure out 35, I think. They really need more than that. But we're going to put some color in each one of these. Don't want to go over. Do you see that? One drop, and it makes it go over. Then when I take it out, it's too much. Okay, 35. And we're going to do this in each one, hopefully preventing this from curing up too fast. Come on, flip over. It's going to flip when it's too much. Okay, he's going to stay at 34.4. I'm not. Now see if I measure it again, it's probably going to be off. All right. I hope I got enough to do 35 in each one of these. $35. I got 8 cups. $35.1. He's getting 34.9. I may not have enough for all 8. I can always mix it more, but I was hoping not to by doing it this way. See? Just a drop goes over that much. It blows me away. Okay, 34.9. I need to wipe that off. 2 more cups. I think I'm going to have enough. $35. Now let's see how much is left in this. It's not going to be quite accurate, is it? Because I got a different cup. All right, let's see. Okay, now I'm just going to scrape the rest of this and just put it wherever. Because we're going to add some color. Okay, let's see if we can get the last little bit out of here. Good enough. Clean this off here. All right, I'm going to turn this upside down. I'm going to clean this stick off. That way I can reuse it later. All right, now let's move this out of the way and start mixing up some color. I'm going to try to move these all over here. I'm going to move some of these out of the way. Okay, I have rose red. And I don't want it very dark because these are going to be night lights, so we need to see through it. 1, 2. Let's see what 2 colors of rose red does. I'll get a bunch of sticks. Okay. Yep, I think rose red will be good. Okay, so we got that one. Next is going to be coffee. Just give these a little shake. I hope this one's not open, I don't think. Yeah, it is. 1. Let's see what 1 drop of the coffee does. It's brown. I don't want it to be too overpowering. Yeah, I think we can do 2. So let's add another. Yeah, that looks good. There's our coffee. Put the lid on that. Next we have, do you see how my mat is bubbled up? That is from using homemade molds. This is purple. Different brand. So let's try 2 drops and see what it does. My mat is bubbled over because of, I put homemade molds on it to cure. And when I do, it bubbles up the silicone. They react. Okay, here's a purple. That's really pretty, isn't it? Very light. I just about think it needs more. Let's add 2 more drops. Because this isn't going to be very thick. Yeah, that'll be better, I think. I do want to see color. So there's our purple. Turtle, we are doing green. So 1, 2, I'm going to try 3 drops. This one looks really light too. Yeah, that's going to need quite a bit more. That's just way too light. Let's add 2 more. Be 5. Well, let's do 3 and make it 6. I want every one of them to be translucent because we need the light to shine through. And I'm using resin dyes because I don't want them to fade like alcohol inks do. Okay, just got our green. For our angel, it's going to be yellow. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's good. Very bright yellow. Okay. For our horse, we're doing grass green. This one is not opened. Find a little push pin here. If I can grab a hold of it. And let's just open that. Okay. One, 2, 3. See what 3 drops. It looks like it's a little more pigmented. Maybe, maybe not. I think I'm going to do another drop in there. Yeah, did 2. These are translucent, so I do have some opaque dyes that, like I said, I want to be able to see through to the color. And this is starting to warm up. All right, next we're doing orange for the sea with the dolphins. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 4 for orange. That's a good orange. Okay. There we go. I figured orange for sunset. And then blue for our cowboys. Because my mama loves the cowboys. 1, 2, 3, 4. She is probably the biggest fan there is out there. You don't go visit her if she is watching Cowboys or any football for that matter, because she will ignore you. Don't call her because she'll tell you she can't talk. You're going to have to call her back even if she hasn't talked to you in a month. So don't interrupt her football. And if you say a bad word about the Cowboys, ooh, she'll get you. All right. Move all these colors out of the way because I think we have plenty of pigment in them. I'm going to try to torch a few bubbles out of that before I pour it. Okay. And let the rest of them sit. All right, let's pour this pink. Yeah, I think that's going to be plenty for our first layer. Because I'm just going to do a clear layer after I put the decal on all of these. But I can't put the decal on until it cures up. So that's why I thought I would use the fast cure. And you can see my color wasn't mixed very well. So I'm going to have to mix it up in here and create bubbles. Now, I do want to push this to the edge. I will go around with a dotting tool and try to pull bubbles out from the edge because I know I'm going to have some. Still, must be on the stick. Yeah, it's got to be on the stick. All right, we're just going to do this. Just a little bit down in there. I wonder if I can get it to mix up. Okay. Putting so many bubbles in that just because I didn't mix it good. All right. It's just going to have to stay like that. Hopefully it will move and mix as it cures. All right. Next, I'm going to try to see if I got any. Yeah, I didn't scrape my sticks when I was mixing. So I've got to get that. Maybe slowly try to mix it. Okay. Dump our brown. Probably shouldn't have used fast cure for this just because I'm so slow. Okay. Get these over to the corners here. I got a bubble in that corner. I can see him already. What is up? All right. Clean that one off. Dump the purple. Okay. One time around. Got some bubbles, didn't I? Okay. Let that drip off. All right, clean that one. Green. That's a pretty green. Okay, let's scrape this cup here. All right, get that away from the bottom. Now, let's see. One time around, and that should be good. I'm going to have bubbles galore on these. Drip that off. Okay. You know what? I'm going to scrape my stick before I even start. All right. Try to get all this yellow out, which is such a beautiful color. Get it all off the bottom. All right, that's our yellow. Clean that one off. Get that green so it's not. Okay, now dump the green. I think the squares could have used a little more than the circles, but it's okay. All right. I went all the way through the bottom of that cup. Did you see me? Okay. See if we can push these over to the corner here. Clean that one off. Now we have our orange. And one more. There's a bug on me. It was biting me. Okay. Push this in the corners. Okay. Stir that up. Clean that one off. Now, our blue. My mama's team. Okay, almost get all of this out. Now let's go around this cup one time. Get all of that. Stir that up a little bit there. Okay, let me clean that stick off. All right, now dotting tool. Let's see. I like the little tiny ones. I like the little bitty ones. And I'm just going to go through and pluck any bubbles that are around the edges over to the center. So I don't want bubbles in these. Okay. Get them all away from the edge, because I hope I'm not sticking my big head in y'all's way. Don't really see any other than that one over there on this one. I mean, there's some in the center, but that's okay. Now, the round one here. Okay. Go around the edge of this, just in case. And around this one. Don't really see any around the edges on those, but it's more so the square in the corners. And along the edges. Every corner on this one has them. And it has little tiny ones around the edge. Probably spritz them with some alcohol. Same way with this. There's some little ones around the edges. Alright, now let's get over here and look at this blue one. I see one over there. Come on, get away from the edge. Okay. Now I'm going to move all of these out of the way. And let's see if I can find one of my baby torches. My husband just filled them up and I put them somewhere. And now I don't remember where. I've got some over here in this container. Thought I did. Maybe it's in the other one. There they are. Okay. Just going to lightly go over these. This little torch isn't enough to hardly pop the bubbles. It doesn't get very hot. It's just a lighter. Still not getting around the edges. I'll spritz with some alcohol if I need to. Okay. See some bubbles down in there I need to pick out. It's like they don't want to come out. Get my baby wipe. Okay. Got those. Don't see any, maybe some little ones on the edge. That one looks good. Green one's got a couple up here. I need to pull away. Okay. The circle ones seem to be doing much better. I do see a couple of bubbles on the bottom. Try to pluck those to the top on that one. Okay. Now what about the blue one? I see one around the edge here. Got him, I think. Alright. Now, a little torch again. Alright guys, I think that's it. I see a couple of bubbles in that one. That green one just... Alright guys, we're going to let these cure up. Come back, we'll put our transfer decals on there, and then we'll cover them with some clear resin. The pieces that I've got to put on these, I ordered a whole box of them. You have your plug-in nightlight, and then you have this piece. Now, guess you could go either way, because it can snap on there either way. I'd rather do this way up. I could set these down in here and let them cure. But I'm not sure which side I want to be the front and which side I want to be the back. So I'm just going to glue them on after they're done. Alright guys, so I'll see you guys back when this is cured up. I'll see you then. Alright guys, so these have cured up. We are going to take our decals that I made, and I've just got this little tool. I've already put the clear on the back of this from the Cricut. This is the transfer tape. And usually these stick really well onto resin, if I can get them apart. Okay. We just want to line this up. And usually you don't have to do much to it and it will stick right to the resin. I'm just going to go over it, just on the tape that's over top of it. And this will help it to adhere. Now, I need some tweezers. And I'm just going to try to pluck this tape up without messing with the resin. Because it's the sticky, it just really sticks. There we go. Well, for some reason it's not doing so great. Usually it sticks really well. Maybe I just didn't go over it hard enough. Alright, now let's see. There's my little tool. Of course it does that when I say, oh, it sticks really well, and then it gives me trouble. Wow. Hopefully it's just the cowl. It's just not wanting to stick. I'm wondering if it's the paper I used. Okay. Let's do some pressure. Yeah, this cow is giving me some trouble. Wow. I've never had this hard time. Let's try a different one. Usually it just goes right on. No problem, no issues. Okay, let me Go across it, get it stick to the sticky paper. I'm hoping I didn't accidentally use the heat transfer paper. Didn't think I did. Usually I can do that right there and then peel, and it just peels right off. It's unusual. It's all because I'm doing it for a video. It's probably really something that I'm doing wrong, in all honesty. Okay. It just doesn't want to come off. Wow. Well, guys, every one of them's giving me issues. If they do this, I'm going to try the heat and see if it's if I accidentally used heat transfer paper. I could have put it on the wrong side of my desk that I have for my vinyl. Alright guys, I'm going to do this on a time lapse, and then when I get back, we'll see if I had to use heat. So, I'll see you guys in just a minute. Alright guys, I finally got those to stick on. They were the transfer. I just had to work at it a little bit. I've got 12 ounces of resin in here. I've got 180 grams of part B and 280 grams of part A. I'm going to mix in a little bit of this Unicone Art crushed crystal. I don't want a lot, but I do want a little sparkle since these are going to be night lights. So I'm just going to do just a little bit there. And I do mean just a little. A little goes a long way. This stuff, it's so fine that you really don't need a whole lot. That's it. All right. See if I've got enough. So I'm going to put it in my debubbler. Yeah, that's going to be plenty. I'm going to mix this up for 3-4 minutes. Put it in the debubbler, and I'll be back. And we will fill these up. I'll see you in just a moment. Alright guys, got my resin mixed up. Put it in the debubbler. Didn't get rid of all the bubbles, but got rid of most of them. But it took some time. I had this in there for about 12 minutes. And I've still got a few bubbles. But this is fast to cure. Same resin we did at the bottom. And I just don't want to take the chance of it curing on me. So, let's fill these up. Okay. I know these are completely cured, so it's not going to matter if I pour all of these at one time. And I don't know if I have enough resin mixed up for all of them, but I'm hoping I do. Okay, the round ones, definitely. They don't use near as much. Okay, put the rest of it over in this one. I think I've got plenty. I mixed up 12 ounces, as I said. Just put a little bit of that crushed crystal in it. It's the same Yonshin Part A, Part B fast cure resin that I used for the color. Figured we would stick with the same resin on these. Just get the rest of this out of this cup. It's a little bit thick, just because it is a fast cure, and it's been sitting for a few minutes. Like I said, it's in the debubbler for 12.5 minutes, and then I stirred it for 3 minutes. So, all right, one time around the cup, and I think we're good on this, and we can let this cup drain. Okay, on that one. Okay, now I've got this one left. I really think I need to take a little bit out of these two round ones. I'm afraid they're going to overflow. They're domed quite a bit. I hope they're pretty. Once they're cured and we demold, then we'll glue on the backings. Okay, that one's good. I think that could use just a smidgen more. Now, I know these can use just a little. They're not domed yet. Okay, put a little in this one here. A little here. And this one's almost domed. There we go. Now let's see. Can't tell about these back ones. I think that one could use just a little more. I think that one could too. It's a little difficult to see. Okay, I think that's good. All right, let's turn this cup upside down.
Are you recording?
And I am. And let's just take a little heat on these, pop some of those bubbles. Here we go, guys. We'll let these cure up, and then we'll come back and demold them and put them all together. So I'll see you guys then. All right, guys. So all these have cured up. I think they look really good. So, and you can see through them with just a hint of color. Get these demolded. They're not sharp. There's a, yeah, one little piece right there I need to fix up. Just has a little resin sticking out or something. There we go. Where I domed them, they're nice and rounded. There's no bubbles, which is awesome. Putting a light behind these is going to be so pretty. Now, I need to flip them all over. That's some resin. Let me see if I can peel that off. There we go. It'll stick to my coaster if I don't. Just want to make sure I don't have anything down that's going to stick to my coaster. I turn this upside down. So just a piece of tape. We'll take care of that. Okay. And one more. Wow, that owl, you really can't tell the difference either side, can you? They're kind of the same. All right. I have to double check. I'm going to use this B7000 glue and glue these on because it's liquid glue. And I'm just going to put a little bit on here because I'm going to take and put some, I don't want this up too high because of, I don't want it sticking down too low where the switch is. Okay. And I think I got out enough pieces. The lights that I bought, there was, I think, 12 in a pack. And it came with these pieces, and it came with the bases. So, just get these glued on in the center here. Best as I can in the center anyways. I'm going to let these set for 24 hours. And then I probably won't let them set 24 hours before I put the UV on them, though. Okay, is that one in the center? I think so. I want them straight. Okay, one more. You can see how liquid this is. I'm going to put the lid on it, on this one, before I put that on there. This has a little needle that goes right down in there. I have the hardest time. But it keeps leaking out if you don't get the lid on there. But it does set up fairly quickly. Here we go. Now I'm going to let these set up for a few hours. And then I'm going to come back and put a little UV around them. Just to give them a little extra strength to hold on there. And then we can put them together, put some lights in it. And I didn't flip him over. That's on the wrong side. I've got to clean that off. I'm going to have to top coat him. Probably. Let's get some alcohol. Because of where I put that glitter on there. Or that glue, I mean. It won't come off. I forgot to flip him over. Okay, I flipped that one. I flipped these. I know I flipped the out because I double checked. Okay, so I guess the turtle was the only one I didn't flip over. So I'll take care of him later and top coat him after we get this glued on. Alright, so we'll let these set for a few hours. We can come back and put some UV on there, get them all UV'd up, and put them together and see how well they work. So I'll see you guys then. Alright guys, so it's been 3 hours since I glued these. So I think they're sturdy enough for me to put some UV resin around them. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do these first two, and then I'm going to do the rest of them off camera because there's no need to do every one of these. They're all going to be done the same way. They're sturdy enough that they're not moving. I'm going to take my UV and I'm just going to go around this here and make sure it's good and connected. I'm going to turn it around and get the back side here underneath. You can see there. I'm going to get the UV up under there. And then I'm going to take this light and just go around it slightly. That one's got a bubble. Let's see. Let's see if I can pop that bubble. Well, there we go. All right. Just going to do this slightly, and then I'm going to put it under the light for 5 minutes. Okay. That'll keep it from rolling everywhere, and you'll be able to see this through the front, though. All right, and the next one. Just putting a little UV all the way around to touch that. And then in the back here. Okay. Just take my little light, sticky that up. Okay. Now I'm going to stick these under here. Well, if I can see to get it on the little shelf. I got to put it on the bottom. There we go. Got those. You know, if I can get those lights on. There we go. And I'm going to let that go for 5 minutes. And that's it. All right, guys. I'll see you back when we put all these together and turn one on. I'll see you then.